My name is Kennedy Omondi. I'm the Managing Director of Emerson Movers and also the founder. Emerson Movers is a moving and storage company. We are based in Nairobi with branches in Kisumu and Mombasa. About Emerson, Emerson Movers started in the year 2014. That makes us 8 years in the market now. The idea came about, I used to be employed initially, and then I was a banker by profession for quite some time. So when retrenchment came calling, I searched my soul. And after doing a few research here and there, being a business student, I settled for the moving company, which was still new in the market then. Yes, that's how it came up. The reason why I ventured into the moving business was because of, I understood the market at that point in time, and I realized the middle class was growing. We had a middle class which was expanding, and the middle class, with the increased finances they had, they didn't want the hassle of trying to move the items on the pickups and on the lorries, just throw on everything like this. Because now with their financial capabilities, they were able to purchase items which were of high standard, of high quality for that matter. So they require these items to be transported in a way that they could be safe. How I started Emerson about the researching was after quitting the 8 to 5 job in the banking. I used to take a lot of time in my computer just to research on what I could do. Then somehow, I don't know how it came, but Emerson Movers just came somehow just in the mind. I don't know, I can say it's God, which led me to that. So I researched about moving in other countries. I went to the internet, did a lot of research about moving in the countries like the US, in the UK. So I did a lot of research in the abroad countries. During those days, I think we had one company in Kenya. So I did a lot of research that compared to what we had in Kenya, and I saw there was still a gap. And the company we had in Kenya then was very expensive. So I saw we had a gap for this business, and that's how I settled for it. So at that point in time, how I incepted, actually I didn't even start with any capital. I asked a friend who had just cleared campus and who had done something to do with website development. So I requested him if he could develop me a website for a small fee. Since he was also trying to look for business and just trying himself in the market, actually he did it for me for free. I only paid, I think, what's called the hosting. And that's how we started. So we did the website and we started doing posts on Facebook and all other platforms on social media. So that's how Emerson got incepted. The only investment we did as Emerson at inception was just the website. We didn't have a vehicle, we didn't have the manpower. In fact, I didn't even know where to get the manpower from. But with the website and with the advertisements we did on Facebook, calls started coming in. So I started also advertising for positions of those who can help me do the loading and everything. I researched on YouTube, saw what happens when you're moving, how you pack your stuff, how you load. So when I advertised these things on our website and on the internet, I got a few responses. And as such, I had some people and we started from there. So we didn't have any car. So initially, we just used to lease. I take from friends, lease, use it, then return it, pay for that duration. So we didn't start with any other car. I had, about the people I was getting, I had one person who was experienced and I'd also learned a lot through YouTube. Because nowadays you can get anything, everything actually on the internet. So from the knowledge I had, I also got people after checking that they met some basic standards like integrity, smart people, people who can work, energetic. We trained them. We took them to a course somewhere in a room, actually in my house, just put the YouTube there, then they see them do the practicals in the house. Then from there they just learn and go to the field. Yes. So with the time they got the experience. People, we train them just for a week, every day for a week. We go through the YouTube, we go through the YouTube videos of how they do it let's say in America, and then we just practice in the house. Then from there we already had clients who are waiting. So I remember my first client was from Rongai to Syokimau, very first client. Then we went and did that job, and she was very happy. So from there on, then we just picked up the fire. Since then now we've been going. So we trained them for a week. Then they learned most of it again from the experience, because every move comes with a different experience. So as we move people, we also get to learn new and different techniques. After our first client, we could get clients at least in a 7 days week. We could do 3 assignments. Yeah, because we used to be very, very active on social media as compared to our competitors then who are not on social media. They used to deal most of it with corporates. So we came and targeted the retail section of it. So we used to get a lot of business at that point in time. At least on the inception, we used to do 3 assignments every week. But moving forward, that has increased with time. Yeah, because now now we have our client base who have given us a lot of referrals. So most of our business, actually 80%, comes from referrals. Yes. So now we tend to be busy like almost every day of the week. We are based in Nairobi, our head office is in Nairobi, but we move across the counties, now there are counties, yes, and we go outside the country. Yes, so we've done Malawi, we've done Uganda, we've done Tanzania, we've done Rwanda, yeah, we've done South Africa. So actually we're not limited to Kenya alone. We move across, actually we've done all major countries in East Africa. Move someone, it requires a lot of planning. Because from the initial stages, a client will call you. They tell you, we want your moving service, we want to hire your moving services. So once the client calls us, we ask them that if you can do a survey. There are some houses, let's say 1-bedroom house, which you can just estimate. But for bigger houses, we have to either go and do a physical survey, which is free of charge. You just tell us where you stay, then we'll find our way there and we'll do a survey and give you a quote, free, no obligation, no charges at all. Then from there, we'll give you a quote, then we'll have the quote, then review it. But nowadays with the when Corona came in, technology also improved. So nowadays we do what is called virtual survey. So the client will just go to his house, then do for us a video of the house, of the major items from the living room, just all the rooms, like what you're moving now, the client did all the videos. So from there, we are able to establish the amount of resources needed, the amount of staff needed for this job, the size of the truck needed for this job, the kind of items the staff have, so that we can decide which materials we need to use. So from there, once we agree with the client, we ask the client to give us at least 24 hours advance notice, so that if you're moving on, let's say on Saturday, you have to tell us by Thursday, so that we have the whole Friday to prepare. So on Friday, what we do after assessing the assignment and the client has agreed to our quote and has confirmed the move, the client usually pays a deposit. Our deposit is not restricted, it's any amount, just to show us that you're committed. Reason being, the reason why I insist on deposit is previously we've had clients where they say, come on Saturday. Then, of course, clients being clients, they have to get a better deal. So your client will get a better deal before Saturday, have been confirmed to you. So they'll call you Saturday morning when the team is already set that they have cancelled the move. So for us to avoid that inconvenience, I just ask the client to pay a deposit, just to make sure that when you're planning, we are sure of that move. So once we've had that client has paid the deposit, now I prepare the team. I decide if this team requires 5 people, I have a pool of team. You have a lot of casual staffs for any assignment, and you have permanent staff in the office. So we call, if a move requires 10 people, I call the 10 people, we feel there's someone who calls the 10 people, they feel they are suitable for this work. Then we prepare them. They gather, we buy the materials needed, the boxes, the packing papers, the wraps, the tapes, everything that is needed for that move. Yeah, then we set the truck ready, and we meet in the office on the moving date at 6. We usually arrive at the client at 8. We prefer it that way. We move there, then we leave all of us together to the client's place. Then we carry the move. Moving people is a risky business because one, the client entrusts you with the items, and these items are not of cheap value. Because you find that some of our clients will tell you they want to move after you've agreed, then they leave for you the house. They'll give you the keys and then say, you just move to this house, then I'll come there and just continue with my life. So in this business, there are a lot of risks. If you have the wrong people, you'll have a lot of complaints. Complaints here, I mean, this items will get lost. You'll have staff who steal clients' items. You'll have staff who don't do a good job. You'll have staff who don't value quality service. That is, they get scratches out of the client's items and the stuff. So the job is very risky because even if you are to break a TV, you have to pay. Yeah, anything that is broken, even if it's a glass of wine, it has to be paid. Any broken item is on our bill. So that's the risky part of this business. But we have an insurance for that as well. But at the same time, we encourage our staff. They are trained in such a way that we avoid such kind of risks. To breaking, we've not had instances of someone breaking a TV or such. No. So our staff are highly trained on how to handle these items. So we continue to training them on a continuous basis so that they get to know when a TV comes. You have some TVs, even if you touch the screen, that TV is gone. So you have to inform our staff that now this TV has come, don't dare touch the screen because that TV will be kaput like that. So it's about continuous training and information, which has to be done through research continually, so that our staff are prepared accordingly to the task. Our price ranges from varies in different ways. We consider the size of the house, we consider the distance, and we consider the manpower required. We also consider the quality of the items. Let's say there are seats which require some special kind of materials. There are fridges which require some special kind of package. So all those, we consider the raw materials to be used in packaging. So that determines our pricing. But we are usually flexible to work with the client's budget to see how it comes. But generally, it's usually what I've said, the distance, the size of the house, and the staff to be used, and the size of the truck, and the materials to be used. So basically, that's what determines our prices. So it's not a fixed price. But you have our minimum, which is 10,000. So even if you want to move one chair, we charge you 10,000. Yes. Actually, some of the challenges we experienced at the beginning of starting Emerson was starting a business in Kenya is very difficult. Inexperience was the first thing we had. That was a very difficult thing to do, especially when you're going to business. I had no prior experience in business. I was employed, so I didn't have experience in running a business. So that was a bit challenging. So I had to shift from earning a salary, to making profits. That was a big challenge for me. So it needed a lot of research as well. Another thing which I experienced, I was not prepared into business because I didn't have a mentor, which I would advise any entrepreneur coming into business to have a mentor. So whatever we learned, or whatever I learned when I was starting Emerson was on the job. So that was a big challenge. Then of course, when you're starting up a business, no bank will give you a loan that easily. So even getting a loan to buy a truck, it has to take some time. The banks have to see what you've done over a period of time for them to even to finance you to do other business. Yeah. So lack of finance is a big challenge. How we overcome challenges in business? For us, I think once we were established in the market, it was easier for us to approach a financial institution to even purchase the truck we have. So for us, it was experience came in, and we had better people. Also, we had people to manage our books. We had an accountant to manage our books so that you can know how much you are getting. Like we turn the business professionally. So once that's done, now it's even easier to approach the financial institutions for money. And then, of course, with time now, since we had a lot of work, we were able to bargain even when buying raw materials or the materials to use. So we get them in large quantities, you get at a subsidized price. So with time, I think time has made us be established well in the business, and the challenges have a bit subsidized. Our materials are all locally available. The cartons, you get them from factories in industrial area. The same to the stretch straps and the packing papers. So all the materials we use are locally in the market. We don't export anything. Business, it can be difficult, and at times you're called to make very tough financial decisions. We've had instances where a corporate client will approach us. They want a job to be done, which is quite involving. And for corporate clients, most of them won't pay you a deposit. So someone will give you a job worth even to the tune of 1 million, and you have to finance this job. remember you have to buy materials in cash. Remember you have to pay people who are working these things, and this payment maybe can take a while. So some of the challenges we've faced along the way is when it comes to payment, especially when it comes to corporate, because they take some time before they settle the account, and this job, when they're very involving, it becomes quite expensive to us. But then again, this is where now our banks come in now to finance us when we have such kind of businesses. So ideally, we've been able to manage fairly well. At times, we could be having so many assignments. You'll find like on an end month, it's usually a busy day for us movers. So on end months, you'll find like you have over 10 assignments, over 10 clients to attend to. So in such kind of instances, if you don't have the capacity, it's always just good to outsource. We have the capacity in terms of human resources, yes, but we lack the capacity in terms of enough trucks. So in instances like that, we are forced to outsource some other trucks. We have people who are readily available for us to use the trucks when need arises. Moving trucks are usually just your normal trucks, lorries, but for the job we do, we don't use what we call open trucks, because actually we don't expose our clients' valuables to the public. So all our moving trucks are usually fully covered and lockable. So we won't use any open truck for moving services. Yeah. So as long as the truck is fully covered, lockable, then you're good to go. Non-negotiable for our business is quality for us. When we come to a client's place, as long as we've agreed on the price, we don't go down. Even if the client bargains to the list, and then we see that this work is not going to give us anything, we'll just do it. So we don't compromise on our quality of service, no. Even if you didn't pay us enough and we accepted that, we'll give you the service as someone who paid, all the entire money. So we don't compromise on quality. Entrepreneurship, I've never wanted to go back to employment. As a matter of fact, when I started Emerson Movers, I had a very good business in 2 months. I had a Mzungu who found my website. Website is very important for our business, and he called us, and I gave us some very good business from South Africa. So when I earned that money, that was the end of me with employment. So since then, I've never looked back into going to employment. Yeah, I had opportunities to go back actually. I had friends, colleagues who are retrenched with. They went back to the bank. Some called me to go back. But the experience I had in the first 2 months of the business, I said, I'm not going back to employment. Since then, I've never applied for a job. And entrepreneurship has also made me learn a lot about integrity, working with people, teamwork. I've developed as a person when it comes to training people, when it comes to hiring. So it has really made me to do a lot of stuff. It's also made me to know that you don't have to get a salary for you to survive. Yeah, you can always survive. So if you get retrenched outside there are always ways you can make money. So they don't have to depend like, oh, you're looking for another job and just sit there. No. So it has opened my eyes to so many things. Currently, we're in the process of acquiring partners abroad in the US. We want to work with partners in the US. We're in the process of applying with a bank for 2 new trucks. So we're expanding there. We want to open an office in Kampala, Uganda. Someone is working on that. So yeah, we're working on our expansion process right now. Wow, we've moved thousands of people, thousands of corporates across the country, across the continent. I really can't count that, but it's a lot. For me to run this business, it requires a lot of consistency. I think I'm a consistent person, so that if I move you today, you call me, people who move today will call us 3 years down the line. They'll get, if not the same quality, better quality. So we value consistency a lot. Integrity. Myself and even our staff members, we value, like, if we move people in their houses, you go to a client's place, you'll find even money. We found even people have misplaced dollars there and they forgot about it. And we give them back to them. They don't even believe. So consistency is very key for this business, for the business owner, and even for the staff who are working. Integrity, very important. Continuous training. We have to continue increasing our skills now and then. New technologies come, new techniques come. So to make our work easier. It's not about manual work the way it used to be a long time ago. So I think those things define how we grow moving forward. Consistency, integrity, and continuous training. See, like now I've told you, we no longer do manual surveys. You no longer have to come all the way to your place in Kisumu to do a survey for us to move you. You can just technology isn't that up. So what you do, Just do what you call a virtual survey. Just take the videos, send us on our WhatsApp number. Technology comes in there, makes our work easier and your work easier. What gives me joy in life is seeing my clients move with ease. Moving is a very stressful process, I tell you. Moving is very, very stressful. But once we do this job and I see my clients sitting there happy, actually most of the clients will cook for you lunch. They tell you, oh no, don't go, really help me, have lunch. That's my joy. When a client is happy that they have been moved comfortably, that's where we derive our joy from. And anyone who's coming to the business, my advice is you have to do your research. You don't have to copy-paste Emerson for you to be like Emerson. There's a lot of it. Emerson has taken 8 years, so to speak, to be where we are now. So you cannot just see that I'm moving people today, then tomorrow you go and buy a truck and then move. No, you have to do your research very, very well before you get into the business. But it's a very good business. Still has we have many players now, yes, but it still has a chance for more and more players. As long as you value your clients, you give them quality service, integrity, consistency, that's all it requires.